Okay. You're going to do another song for us straight off, I said, but let's do a couple. You're getting warmed up now. What's the name of the next song you're going to do for us here on Radio Way?
Classic. Every Day I Have the Blues. With,
okay.
A slightly different version.
Sorry, what was the song called again?
Every Day I Have the Blues.
Every Day I Have the Blues, live on Radio Way, your community radio station.
Every day I have the blues. Yeah, every day I have them blues. Yeah, talking about a bad luck and trouble, people. Well, you know I've been abused. I'm gonna pack up my suitcase. I'm gonna move on down the line. Gonna pack up my suitcase, baby. I'm gonna move on down the line. Yeah, there ain't nobody worrying, ain't nobody crying. Yeah, now 'cause nobody loved me, and nobody seemed to care. I said, now nobody loved me, baby, and nobody seemed to care. Yeah, talking about a bad luck and trouble, yeah. Well, you know I have my share. My suitcase, I'm gonna move on down the line. I'm gonna pack up my suitcase. I'm gonna move on down the line. Yeah, now there ain't nobody worrying, there ain't nobody crying.
Oh, there. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Tell you what, Phil, I'm just going to tell the listeners what the weather's doing for tomorrow. While I'm doing that, if you can sort of sneak your way over to the microphone, we're going to have another chat with you, if I may. Let's look at the weather for tonight. It's going to be mainly dry with broken cloud and some mist patches. Cloud will increase from the west, later with rain or sleet arriving by dawn. Southerly winds will freshen, and minimum temperature tonight is all of 2 degrees centigrade, which is still a tad warmer than it has been for the last week. The outlook for tomorrow, Saturday, outbreaks of heavy rain during the morning, may fall as sleet for time, then becoming drier in the afternoon, occasional drizzle, perhaps with some brightness in Hampshire. This is, of course, the weather forecast for the southeast. Maximum temperature tomorrow is 9 centigrade, so it really is actually starting to get a little bit warmer. Phil, how are you feeling now after 2 songs under your belt?
Yeah, I feel good. Yeah.
Let's have the right microphone up there, shall we?
I said I feel good.
I feel good. That's the little James Brown coming out there.
Yeah, well, maybe not. But lovely. Thanks for having us.
No problem. I mean, apart from the fact you've come on the show, it's a good chance for you to get a little bit of extra publicity. Any gigs coming up in the future?
Yeah, we've got a gig tomorrow night at the Emperor. This is a lovely pub in Farnham Common. Which is great. That's a local gig. Another local gig, we're playing the Magna Carta show on Egham High Street, which I haven't done for a few years.
Well, actually on the High Street?
Yes, actually on the High Street, outside Tesco's. Oh,
great.
Inadvertent advert, apologies.
That's all right.
And other stuff. But if you go to philastles.com, then we got our gigs down there, and that's great. Of course, the one we're really looking forward to, I'm just teasing you, is the 27th of March. when we're going to be playing at your charity do, which I'm really
do you know
looking
I've not
forward to.
mentioned that yet? You just reminded me. This is a note for your diaries. On the 27th of March, there will be a charity concert at the Cricketers Public House in Rowtown, Addlestone, supporting Woking Hospice. And there'll be two bands playing, of course, your good selves, and the amazing Cricketers Blues Band.
Oh, yeah, great.
Which are the same guys that played at the charity concert last year at the
yeah,
Riverside.
and there's a fantastic guitar player in that band called Elliot, who I really like. And,
he's a good guitar player.
Yeah, he is. He's going to go places.
Which leads into me plugging Sunday night, I guess, as well. Sunday nights at the same pub, the Cricketers Public House in Rowtown, there is the Electric Blues Jam night, and occasionally I've been known to get down there myself.
Yeah, no, we saw you a couple of weekends ago, and I thought it was great.
Yeah, I get up and sing.
Yeah,
at that point the pub empties. Did you notice that?
I didn't empty. No,
not really. Not really. Listen, let's have some more music. We'll play a couple of tracks, and maybe come back to you guys to do another couple of songs.
Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable.
Sounds brilliant. Okay, let's have some more music. This is the Blues Session. Oh, let's quickly mention again, if you've been listening to the Phil Astles Band play live, and you'd like to give the guys some feedback, studio@radioway.co.uk. I'm sure they'd love to hear some feedback. Or you can go through the website. If you go to the homepage, you'll see a request button. You can click on that and do the same. Give us some feedback. Tell us what you think of these guys. I think they're absolutely brilliant, and we'd like to hear from you as well. Let's have some music. That was cruel. If you could see what was going on in the studio right now. I just said to Phil, you've got 20 seconds, you're on. He's busy talking, but I think he's getting himself ready. And of course, Taj Mahal there, and a nice track, which I've played a few times, because it's a little bit more up-tempo, and it's all a little bit more up-tempo tonight, because of the music we're playing live. The Phil Astles Band, live in the studio here at Radio Way. I believe the guys are now going to do an instrumental. Any name to this instrumental?
It's called Stepping Out Without the G.
Stepping Out Without the G. Okay, over to you guys. A little bit of extra depth there as I just bring up the studio mic, and that's the first of the second of two songs the band are going to be performing live tonight. Before you go into your second song, though, Phil, I'd just like to read out a couple of emails that have come to the studio, which may be of interest. First one comes from Heather, and she says, "Good evening, Martin. Band." Sorry, I've got to try and read this now. So, good evening, Martin, and the band. I will try and keep the emails a bit shorter this week. Yeah, some of the emails when Lewis Cohen was in the studio were a bit long. It says there is some serious guitar playing in the studio tonight, and particularly like the unusual beat on Every Day I Like the Blues. So there's a nice bit of bass playing going on there as well, and of course the drumming. Drumming was excellent. I'm really looking forward to seeing the footage of the boys on YouTube to see what really goes on in the studio. And another first for the blues session. Onwards and upwards.